Your city, your news. From the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha, this is the Omaha News. Brought to you by the students in the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media.
It's tax day all across the nation, and here in Omaha, people are still sending off those last-minute returns.
Also happening locally this hour, details in the Omaha Community Playhouse resignations unfold. Good afternoon, I'm Ashley Grass.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Whaley.
Tax day is not the most favored day of the year, but it can be made easier when you know the appropriate steps to preparing your taxes and getting them in on time.
Though this time of year becomes very stressful, it is important to know that there are ways to combat the chaos. Carrie Zom is live from the post office with the details. Carrie?
April 15th is a day that many Americans dread simply because they feel that filing their taxes is a hassle or they're unsure of how to go about it. The post office is crowded today with people filing their taxes last minute.
Confusion, frustration, and stress are good words to describe many people's thoughts when dealing with filing their taxes.
Well, I think the hardest part about filing taxes is actually putting everything together, getting all your documents, checking to make sure that all your facts are straight, and that takes a lot of time.
People think that going to getting their taxes done is like going to the dentist. They're shaky, they're scared, they don't know what they're going to have to pay.
Filing your tax return online is said to be the most efficient way to get the job done.
E-filing is quick, easy, accurate, and you get your money back in 8 to 15 days.
Get a confirmation knowing that everything's filed.
If you have not yet filed your taxes, extension forms are available, but you must keep in mind it doesn't delay payment.
It delays the paperwork, it doesn't delay payment of tax.
As long as you're truthful, accurate, and prompt with your filing, you can eliminate a lot of unnecessary stress.
Don't put it off to the last minute. Keep your papers together, and just remember that you'll have to do it all again next year.
Now, Ashley and Sarah, the owner of Liberty Tax also wanted to warn people that the stimulus money that is coming back from the President and Congress will come to you straight through your Social Security check or your tax return. You do not need to pay anyone to get this money. There are scams out there regarding this that people need to be aware of. Reporting live from the post office for the Omaha News, I'm Carrie Zom.
Thanks, Carrie. If you need an extension form for filing your taxes late, you must file a 4868 form, which can be found on irs.gov.
Post offices across the metro will not extend hours to accommodate the rush of last-minute filers. However, to find your nearest drop-off point, call 1-800-275-8777.
Today is one of the busiest days when it comes to taxes, second in line to when W-2s are released. But as the peak season for tax preparers winds down, they're seeing a growth in changes to an old process.
It's stressful, crazy, exciting, and then relief when it's all over.
For most people, tax day is over come midnight tonight.
Today is pretty scary. We got a lot of people finishing returns, just starting their returns.
Some are using the last-minute option of second looks to make sure they're not sending too much green to Washington.
Especially if they've done it on their own or they took it somewhere and they say they owe a large amount. You know, they go like, well, that can't be.
But this year it's kind of like a little tougher because of the economy, so they're a little stressed about that.
But preparers are used to the yearly habit.
They're getting down to the deadline.
A lot of people are trying to do it on their own, and whenever they have the more complicated returns, they're finding out that this is difficult, and so they're coming back to us a little bit later than what they would.
After today, there's still plenty of work to keep businesses like H&R Block busy.
Stress level is much different after that, but you do have people that are filing taxes year-round, people that get IRS letters, audits, things like that.
They stay busy the entire time.
Staying busy, but dealing with some challenging moments.
Just the frustration of having to have that additional bill. The amount has been kind of a lot higher for some people this year.
I don't think I've really met very many people that are excited to pay a tax bill, but they do realize that we do live in a great country and it does cost money to live here.
The growing nationwide trend, paying your tax bill over the internet.
That's picked up quite a bit this year. Last year we've only seen a couple. This year we've seen quite a few.
And with the Postal Service not extending their hours this year, internet traffic may see a spike late tonight.
Carolyn, the master preparer at H&R Block, says it's best to at least get the return filed by midnight tonight. You can file for an extension, but beware if you owe on your taxes. That's just an extension of time to do the paperwork, not an extension of time to pay.
The halls of the Nebraska legislature are bustling this afternoon as senators prepare for a debate over whether or not they should seize public land to connect a 10-mile stretch of bike trail in Murdock, Nebraska. The trail project has been 25 years in the making with the ultimate goal of connecting two of Nebraska's largest cities, Omaha and Lincoln. The stretch of land could be seized by the Lower Platte South Natural Resource District through the use of eminent domain. The general manager of the Lower Platte NRD, Glenn Johnson, said that this stretch of land, which follows along the old Missouri Pacific Railroad corridor, was the safest of several studied and the one that crossed the fewest farm and acreage driveways. The NRD could use eminent domain only if given permission from the Nebraska legislature.
The term organic loosely describes a product that has been either grown or produced without the use of unnatural substances. Due to the increased demand for the organic products, many organic vendors have set up shop in Omaha.
While many people have considered pursuing organic diets, others wonder if there are any genuine health benefits. Christina Engdahl reports live from the newsroom with more.
Thanks, Sarah and Ashley. While Americans have become increasingly conscious of their health, the demand for organic foods is not yet high enough to reduce its price. As a matter of fact, organic foods are generally priced 10 to 40% higher than their unorganic counterparts. Many critics have said that we've been consuming unnatural herbicides and pesticides for years without any major conflicts, and there aren't any real benefits to adopting an organic lifestyle. However, local experts beg to differ.
People just seem to more often want to know now exactly what's going into their bodies.
Americans are generally deemed as an unhealthy people, and there are many theories as to why this is so. Although organic foods' actual health benefits and price have both been criticized, local organic vendors say the benefits are very real.
Over the years, people are just becoming more aware of what they're putting in their bodies, whether that's, with vegetables, the pesticides and herbicides they use, or with meats, the steroids and antibiotics they use. Doctors are seeming to find that some of the things that they've used in the past to make plants grow better or to make animals bigger has impacted humans as well.
Most mainstream people have no idea that all these things are sprayed on their foods or done to their foods. Most people don't know that a lot of the herbs and seasonings you get in the grocery store are radiated. It's lack of education's a lot of it. They just assume it's there, it's safe, it's fine, and go ahead and consume it anyway.
Other fad diets are seen as trendy, and their prices reflect that. So if it's not trendy to eat organic, why is it so expensive?
I don't think it's trend. It's because it's trendy. I don't think that's the case. I think just that when you have a smaller batch of producers, you're going to have higher prices.
There's a lot more physical labor involved, and that's the whole reason they went to chemicals and stuff, is that you just spray the crops and walk away, and nothing can eat the crop and survive after they eat it, so animals tend to stay away from it.
You would think when products aren't filled with a bunch of fillers and pesticides, it would make it cheaper, but the fact is it costs more for a smaller producer.
The dispute as to whether organic foods are necessarily better for you is yet to be settled. While there are studies that claim to have proven and disproven both sides of the argument, neither studies have managed to prove or disprove the nutritional benefits of naturally produced foods. Local organic vendors anticipate that organic prices will slowly decrease only if the price of them continues to rise. The demand for them continues to rise. Reporting live for the Omaha News, I'm Christina Engdahl.
Thanks, Christina. For more information about the potentially dangerous products, visit the Environmental Working Group website at ewg.org.
There you can find several studies researching the toxicity of things ranging from bath products to fruits and vegetables.
After the Easter holiday weekend, Wall Street today has seen some significant gains. Taking a look at the stock market on this Wednesday afternoon. The Dow closed up at almost 52 points. The Nasdaq dropped just about 10 points, and the S&P 500 closed up at just over 2 points.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha's speech team is celebrating from their recent success at the national tournament.
After success last year, some wondered if the team could keep the momentum going this year. When we come back, we'll show you why the speech team is all smiles. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
With the economy in its struggle, there is not a lot of buying taking place, especially for the auto industry. But that doesn't mean one shouldn't buy a car right now. As a matter of fact, it just may be the best time. Amy Pfeiffer reports.
Car dealerships are seeing a lot of cars, but not too many buyers these days. Car sales manager Dallas Pagel has definitely noticed a large change in the sales from last year.
But we're not selling the amount of cars we were selling 2, 3, 4 years ago. We're probably down 15 to 20%.
Nationwide, new car sales fell last month for the 17th month. GM is down 45% from the year before. Ford is down 41%, and Chrysler is down 39%. On track to be the worst year in nearly 3 decades. But there is a glimmer of hope for consumers in this recession. Manager Dallas Pagel believes that to better the economy, it is up to the consumers.
Everything's in place. It's just consumer confidence right now. I don't think they understand that now is the absolute best time you've ever had the opportunity in purchasing a vehicle.
The car makers are counting on more people like John Kesey of Omaha, Nebraska to get out there and take advantage of the deals.
It would be foolish for you not to come and take advantage of all the deals that the dealers are offering. And by staying home and keeping your money in your wallet, it's not pushing it back into the economy to get everything back into full force.
Desperate to turn things around and stay in business, car makers are trying just about everything to get customers back in the showroom and cars off the lot. 0% financing, rebates, and guaranteed trade-in values are just some of the incentives being offered. For the Omaha News, I'm Amy Pfeiffer.
The only way to get the economy back into business is to not be afraid of spending a little money. Someday it will be equal and out and the economy will be back in order.
The tumbling economy is taking its toll in the heart of the community, pitting art versus business in a tough battle. The Omaha Community Playhouse, a symbol of community involvement in Omaha, had to make a round of budget cuts and layoffs. This forced Executive Director Tim Schmad to cut the position of Artistic Director, held by longtime Omaha Community Theater Director Carl Beck, ultimately leading to Beck's resignation. Chase Moffitt reports on last night's negotiations and public meeting regarding this unfolding real-life drama.
This developing drama on the main stage for the Omaha Community Playhouse isn't a production the theater is used to. According to sources within the Playhouse, budget cuts led to the resignations of director Susie Collins and Carl Beck. At Tuesday night's public meetings, many wanted results.
Hopefully it results in a large facility like this one to be able to coexist both artistic and executive decisions so that both sides can be presented.
Carl and Susie Howe stepped into negotiations with Tim Schmad, the executive director, and Mark Laughlin, a member of the board of trustees. Director Carl Beck hopes for a smooth outcome.
I hope that this, whatever solution was made, would cause no repercussions in the next few years. I hope that a solve to this situation would mean that the Playhouse was ready to move forward quickly.
The theater, rich in history, built through the community.
I think that we need to do what's best for the community, and if that is to remedy this situation, then we need to do that.
Which is hard to do with so much emotion from volunteers.
Yes, I've read what's in the paper, and it's been alarming, and I've heard rumors.
While Tuesday night's meeting reached no official end or agreement, it is clear that Friday's open of Moonlight at Magnolias will be canceled, with 3 out of the 4 actors refusing to perform, which frustrates those invested in the theater. For the Omaha News, I'm Chase Moffitt.
Although many of the community members and volunteers with the theater voiced much concern in last night's meeting, sources say that negotiations will continue between Carl and Susie with Mark and Tim. Jerry Lange, longtime professional actor with the theater, immediately stepped down from his role upon learning of the resignation of his director. Talks will continue between all parties.
The underdog does it again. For the second year in a row, the UNO forensics team has placed 13th at nationals despite a small budget and heavy competition. Senior Matt Elledge has been on the forensics team since his freshman year and says that other forensics teams were surprised at their strong showing in the last 2 national competitions.
I mean, it was a good year, especially this year. We got 13th, and I mean, some schools may have thought that it was a fluke, this weird small team coming out of nowhere. But we did it again. So it was kind of a good way to prove that we're here and we're here to stay.
This year, UNO forensics team placed 2nd at the state competition and 13th at nationals. This is the 2nd year in a row that the forensics team placed 13th at the national competition. Elledge says that the team wouldn't be where it is today without the dedication of their forensics coach, Abby Sarek.
She has this excellent attitude about our team and this optimism, and really she's the heart of our team. And so she's just had this ability to take these few couple of kids and she puts in all of her energy, all of her effort, all of her love.
All 13 members of the UNO forensics team qualified for nationals and competed against 250 students from other schools.
That we competed with 79 different schools from across the nation at the national tournament. So you really build for 9 months up until the national tournament when you go, and then you get to represent what you've been working on throughout the entire year and compete with people from all over the country.
Sarek says that the UNO forensics team would not be as strong as it is without the excellent competition from the other Nebraska college teams. Both UNL and Hastings also are in the top 25 at nationals this year. To learn more about the team, go to unoomaha.edu/forensics.
Though summer break is around the corner, philanthropy at UNO will not stop.
When we come back, we'll show you how one organization is taken to the streets for a good cause. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
Hi, I'm Meshach Taylor, actor and public television supporter, encouraging you to become a fan of UNO Television. Located on the University of Nebraska at Omaha campus, UNO Television is a unit of the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media. Student crew members are trained and placed in broadcasting positions that give them real-world experience. Many students move seamlessly into jobs within the local television market. UNO Television, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Breathtaking, electrifying, inspiring. Award-winning documentaries produced by UNO Television offer you a window on the history of Omaha and the world. Beginning with the acclaimed 2-hour documentary on the history of Omaha, If These Walls Could Speak, UNO Television has developed a reputation for producing high-quality programs that explore, educate, and enlighten. These outstanding productions can be part of your home video collection. For information about purchasing VHS or DVD copies, call 554-2516 or visit our website at unotv.unomaha.edu.
Cox connects and proudly supports the UNO Women's Walk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Roberts, Senior Women Administrator for UNO Athletics, inviting you to attend the 24th Annual Diet Pepsi UNO Women's Walk on April 18th. Your participation raises scholarship money for female student athletes at UNO. More information at omavs.com or 554-2533. We'll see you April 18th on the UNO campus for the Diet Pepsi UNO Women's Walk.
Proudly supported by Cox.
In the past, it was states such as New Hampshire and California that legalized same-sex marriages. However, Iowa can now be added to the list of states having legalized same-sex civil unions. The Supreme Court overturned a 1998 state law banning same-sex marriage, which now causes many to wonder if this hot topic will affect the 2010 governor's contest. The governor doesn't have the power to issue an order to overrule the Supreme Court. However, many opponents are calling on current Iowa Governor Chet Culver to issue an executive order staying the Supreme Court's ruling until Iowa voters can vote on a constitutional amendment.
You may have seen them on the corner of 74th and Dodge and wondering what was going on. Brandon Gleed gives us a look at how one local fraternity is trying to help feed the needy.
A lot of people are willing to donate food during the holidays, but don't think much about it during the summer months.
People donate at the holiday season, and we need them to also think about donating during the summer because people are just as hungry in the summer.
UNO's Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity is trying to raise awareness to this problem by pretending they are homeless for a week.
What we're doing is we build houses to kind of full of homeless around, either Omaha area or around the country.
This will be the 6th year the fraternity has sponsored this food drive, with increased success every year.
And this year we hope to break the 10,000 can barrier.
The need for donations is at an all-time high as the unemployment rate continues to grow.
It's worse because of the economy, and we've seen an actual spike in the number of people coming to food pantries that have never been to food pantries before.
Come out, support us. It's a great time. We have great exposure out here, so hopefully this year it continues to build, and it's for a great cause.
The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity has been here on the corner of 74th and Dodge since Monday, and will be here until Friday. Reporting for the Omaha News, I'm Brandon Gleed.
The fraternity is hoping that being on the corner of 74th and Dodge will help increase the amount of donations from previous years. They are also willing to accept cash donations if you are unable to donate food.
Although these may seem like tough economic times, one day is set to give you free things.
Comic books have always brought joy for people young and old. When we come back, we'll show you how one day is set to bring joy to comic book fans across the country. You are watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
Only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information on issues that really matter to Nebraskans. Watch Consider This, a program produced by UNO Television to give you more information than your typical newscast.
Watch ICU Learning English on the Knowledge Network, Cox 17 and Quest 74.
Hey Maverick fans, Keep up with the scores and activities of all your favorite Mavericks. Go to omavs.com to check the Mavs scoreboard and get the latest news about all the Maverick teams. Get live stats from the games you just can't make and read about all the action when the game is done. Check out the events calendar, sign up for text messages, or download a Maverick podcast. You can even order the coolest Maverick merchandise. You'll find it all at omavs.com. Go Mavs!
With prices rising on all forms of entertainment, the comic book industry lets you have a little bit of fun and saves you some money. Bill Dixon has more.
Here at Legend Comics, owner Jason Dawsonbrook prepares for the largest comic book promotion of the year.
Free Comic Book Day is an annual event. Basically, it takes place on the first Saturday in May, and we give out free comic books. All the major publishers down to the smallest publishers all put out at least 1 or 2 books.
The 7th annual Free Comic Book Day is on May 2nd. Free Comic Book Day started in 2002 in conjunction with the first Spider-Man movie. Now, Free Comic Book Day is an international event which includes comic book powerhouses DC and Marvel Comics. Independent comic book publishers such as Dark Horse Comics and Image Comics also joins the fun. Even though there's lots of superheroes, Jason says comics aren't just for kids.
Well, you know, the demographic that generally goes into comic shops is an older demographic. It's definitely the 20 to 50 age range.
Other merchandise such as DVDs, toys, anime, manga, and even Barack Obama trading cards will also be available. One of the most popular items on sale is Barack Obama's special appearance in Amazing Spider-Man. Comic book fan Sarah Bertaldo also comes for the discounts.
That means free comics, and then also some stores have discounted comics. So that's discounts are always nice.
Free Comic Book Day is on May 2nd. Come and celebrate the fun here at Legend Comics at 51st and Leavenworth. For the Omaha News, I'm Bill Dixon.
Comic book stores all across the metro area will be participating in Free Comic Book Day. For more information on Free Comic Book Day, go to freecomicbookday.com.
It's that time of year again. As the spring semester comes to a close, commencement is right around the corner.
This is our last newscast of the academic year. The Omaha News will be back later this fall with the latest news that matters to you. And as a reminder, all summer you can catch our web extras on our website, theomahanews.com.
And for all of us here at the Omaha News, thanks for watching and have a good evening.
Take a look at UNO and you'll find a school that can pretty much be everything to everyone. We have that big city feel and a sense of community that creates a close, friendly campus. Our professors and resources contribute to our great reputation in the city and the region. So whether you're just starting out, transferring, earning a degree online, or choosing a new path in life, you'll be able to find what you want.
If your days get out of control, reset your attitude by setting your radio to KVNO, Classical 90.7. Discover your own personal oasis of serenity on KVNO, Classical 90.7.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.